So let it be written. So let it be done.
If you can hear my voice and you see this picture on the screen, you know you're on the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, where we introduce you to your future favorite artists today while celebrating the people who have built our hip hop culture from the ground up, meaning breakdancing, b-boying, spraying paint on things, but more importantly, sharing the music and the culture with the world. I'm your host, Karev. Thank you for joining us. And since you are watching this, I may ask you of one thing. Please hit the like button. We need to hit the algorithm. The reason why you hit that like button when you come in is so the internet knows we're live and knows that you're watching, and other people can see that and come in. So please, I ask that you hit the like button, share this, and let the world know I got one of the best new artists in the game right now. See, most people look at folks and they want to know how attractive they are or how good they sound, yet they miss the message if they don't pay attention. And one of the best things an orator or a person who speaks says, if you hear me and you understand me, now you have the wisdom to go teach the world how great we are by being who you are and carrying the message given. I want to introduce you to somebody who not only carries the message, lives the message, but she inspires through insightful wordplay and a fusion of soul and rhythm in her music. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, on the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, I'm going to introduce you to this young lady right here. Jay Elle Music. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. What's going on?
Oh man, it's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate it.
Well, on the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, a lot of people like to ask the same questions. I don't. Okay. Sometimes I like to start at the middle. Sometimes I like to start at the end. I never start at the beginning. So first, I would like to start this podcast by asking you this question. Let's just go for the jugular. R&B is a dead genre when it comes to the industry, and you hold a lot of R&B traits to you. How important is it for you to keep the R&B genre alive and to be heard while you're doing it?
Man, I think it's super important because I think there's a little bit of R&B in everything, right? You know, R&B is about it says it, rhythm and blues. It's rhythm everywhere. It's blues everywhere in every genre, even in hip hop, even in country, even in rock, even in all of these things. You talk about blues, you talk about your emotions, you talk about your feelings. And you know, I feel like for R&B, it's like the foundation for all of that. And so it's super, super major important.
R&B, see, my partner, who I love for you to meet, his name is Nas the Romantic. He's on A&N and R&B. And like I love hip hop, he loves the aspect of singing. I want to interview you from my aspect of singing because my aspect of R&B is a little slight different. See, I didn't grow up with music in my house. So I was introduced to R&B either through movies or through the radio whenever I went to school only, because everybody would rhyme, right? And one of the most impactful things I've heard is R&B music is the music you have to have experience to understand, not just have the soul to feel. What does that mean to you?
Man, I couldn't have said that any better myself, being a creative. But a lot of the music that you hear from R&B is from experience, whether it's from your own personal experience, you experiencing it by witnessing it from somebody else. So you know what I mean. That's powerful, and I absolutely 100% agree with that.
I learned early in my life, no song hits you until you're in the moment.
Yes.
So everybody listens to a breakup song, but when you go through a breakup, it's like reality.
it hit different. Especially when the words is almost feel like they wrote that joint for you. Like, yo, how y'all know? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that. It is like that. And I feel like music is the soundtrack of your life, right? You could pinpoint all the major things that happen to your life and a song that's attached to it. So it's like, whether it's a breakup, you fall in love, somebody passed away, you had a big success, whatever it is, there's a song that's connected to that point in your life that you remember and that you feel it when you think about, when you hear that song, all of those experiences come back to you. And so I think music is just so powerful in that way, especially like with R&B, like it hit on those emotions when it comes to like love, relationship, breakups, having fun, whatever it is. So
But that's what's so dope about artists like yourself, the ones that actually can sing. Everybody, so that I think that we take rhythm and blues for granted. Like hip hop, I say hip hop is the only genre that's alive because you could do many different facets of it and be considered that. If you can't sing, you can't be R&B. You could be in a job line. Nobody can be checking for you. You know what I'm saying?
that's
But
a fact.
But I also found out something very spiritual that I want to ask of you in this interview.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know nature sings?
Like real nature, like outside trees, grass. Absolutely. Yes.
So then, what you do is the spiritual connection of expression and praise through life and reality. When you know that about your gift, how do you protect it? And how do you make sure you give it in such a way that it's pure, like nature sings to God through creation?
You do that by protecting your energy. I protect my energy at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like when you don't protect your energy and you allow people and things and events and experiences to disrupt your energy, you're always off. You're 100% off no matter what you do. No matter, your effort is off, your delivery is off. Even if somebody else don't notice it, you know it and you feel it. So for me, it's always about protecting my energy, always about making sure that I'm in the right headspace and the right energy and the right spirit. And then after that, it all just comes naturally. You just let it flow. You let your energy flow, you let your emotions flow, you let your words flow, and it come like that.
Yeah, see, protecting energy is deeper than taking like damn steam baths and shit. Protecting energy comes with
That's a fact.
meditation. It comes with who you surround yourself around.
Removing yourself
Also,
from energy that don't vibe with yours. That's a fact.
but here's the thing though. Love is relative and pain is universal. So the energy of pain manifests itself in many different ways. How do you protect your energy yet take the experience to give out such touching words or heartfelt music?
Because protecting your energy doesn't necessarily always mean that you protecting yourself from all the things that cause pain. You know what I mean? Like you could protect your energy and lose a friend. You could protect your energy and be heartbroken by somebody who was deceiving you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like protecting your energy is to your knowledge and what you know that you're doing, presently and in a conscious mind. But sometimes it's things that out of your control that you can't control. And then for me, I feel like if you went through your whole life without ever experiencing pain or loss, you're at a disadvantage for life. You know what I'm saying? So I think pain teaches you things more than happiness does. It teaches you what you don't want to feel. It teaches you what you don't want to do. And so those are the things that people can relate to. It's like, man, I went through that. I know exactly what you're talking about. And when you can speak from that, people will definitely feel you.
Yeah, I mean, that's like what we used to call back in the day standing on your square. Like pain will make you talk about everything. Everybody doesn't share their love. And
Fact.
everybody ain't singing in the crowd. I'm in love, right?
The fact.
But when you hear somebody screaming, you can relate to that scream at some time.
That's a
Or
fact.
that scream could wake your spirit up. That scream is called truth,
Yep.
right? And somebody could lie to your heart and make you feel good, but somebody could hurt your heart with the truth and braise you. What's the most truthful pain you had to go through to help you become a more solid artist than just somebody who had a talent to be an artist?
Man, I've been through serious heartbreaks and relationships. And aside from that, I experienced a couple years ago one of the biggest losses I've experienced in my life. I lost my dad. super close to my dad, daddy's girl, still to this day. He's been going 2 years now, still a daddy's girl. So when you have a loss like that, it put your whole life into perspective. It puts everything that you do into perspective. It's like, man, I done been heartbroken. I done lost, boyfriends, people that I trusted. But when you lose that, it's like the perspective is, man, if I could lose that and still live on, you know what I'm saying? It's like y'all ain't that important. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to make sure that you getting what you deserve in the long run. And so for me, it's about that, living my best life, living my best experiences, and protecting my energy.
Listen, everybody, this is Forever Heritage Hip Hop sitting with Jay Elle Music. And if y'all like what y'all hear so far, wait till we get to the music. But we ain't get there yet. Let's really dive into her past right now. Originally, you're from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, stand up. You know that, of
All
course.
right. Now, to everybody out there who doesn't know, and I'll be surprised if you don't, Brooklyn is its own planet. It does not exist within New
Big
York.
facts.
Brooklyn is Brooklyn, and New York is New York.
Big facts.
What side of Brooklyn are you from?
I'm from East New York. Shout out East New York. East New York. Yeah, I'm from East New York.
Y'all see how that energy changed? You know what I'm saying? And my fascination and appreciation of Brooklyn doesn't come from hip hop. It actually comes from Roy Ayers.
Okay.
We live in Brooklyn, baby. Our time is now. Like, if you really know Brooklyn, or even if you know hip hop, y'all know that's Smith and Wesson, Home Sweet Home. And if y'all are new generation, new age, I like to call certain folks, youngins. NBA 2K when Jay-Z bought the Brooklyn Nets, that was the first song on the game that you heard where his face appeared in the basketball. Roy Ayers. And ever since I've been introduced to Roy Ayers, Brooklyn has always established itself as an identity, not only as a place. What is Brooklyn to you, and how do you embody Brooklyn?
Man, Brooklyn is just everything. Like, being from New York City in general is like you experience so many different things at once. It's like a melting pot of people, of culture, of life, of experience. I come from, like I said, I come from Eastern New York. That's the hood, the projects, and you get to experience all of that, the good, the bad, the ugly, and all of those things. Like I said, pain, struggle, experience, all of that builds character. And so for me, it's about, Brooklyn is just one of those things where if you could survive and you can make something of yourself, you're going to be great, because it's so much strife, so much pain, so much experience, that if you could take that and make something with it, boy, that's why so many talented people from Brooklyn and so many successful people from Brooklyn, because you take all of that and you make something of it. You know what I mean? And it's just dope to me. It's just home to me, and it's nothing like it.
What I love about Brooklyn is, ladies and gentlemen, it's not because Jay-Z and Biggie's there. No. What I love about
I know. Nah.
yeah. What I love about Brooklyn is that Brooklyn has so many different sides and personalities that you can feel the energy whenever you're in the city.
That's a fact.
Or the country, I'm sorry. And when you from New Jersey, there's a secret love affair for some reason between Brooklyn and Newark, New Jersey. That when you're in Brooklyn, you could feel that and Newark feeling a little bit, and then and then vice versa. My question to you is, what is the energy that makes Brooklyn that creative, though? You say it came from the pain, it came from the struggle, but the most beautiful thing about the pain and struggle is we could take that, put it in a pot, cook it, and get a world flavor. So what exactly is that flavor in your opinion?
Man, it's no one set thing. Like, it's no one set thing. We can make anything. You know what I mean? Like look at like drill and all the hip stuff and hip hop, and it's just like, it's just so many different things. Fashion and sound and style, and it's just everything. Like, you know what I mean? Brooklyn is like, if I had to say there was a borough that run New York City, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, a lot of other New Yorkers, but it's Brooklyn. It's called the County of Kings for a reason. So, we elite. We elite from Brooklyn. That's just, it is what it is. I said what I said. I stand on my square on that. Fight me. What?
See, that's Brooklyn. But the fun fact, though, you know what made Brooklyn come up to a lot of different people, a lot of different ways? Brooklyn, like I said, music, Brooklyn. Damn West Indian food, Brooklyn. The damn
Say
parades
that.
and things, Brooklyn.
Facts.
Even artists that come from around the country go live in Brooklyn. Razkaz, Kanye, Common, and the list goes on and on.
Mhm.
Even in the comic book world, the new Spider-Man, Miles Morales, shout out to our people looking good in entertainment or whatever, the kids and all that.
Yeah.
Our children now are interested in Brooklyn because they have a Spider-Man in Brooklyn, which is crazy, right? And that's what makes meeting artists and people who are creators from Brooklyn so special, is because that creative energy is represented in so many different ways that the culture is naturally fed
Yep.
through. And I'm not saying nobody else could do it, but that place has a certain energy that's beautiful.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does.
So let's go into the beauty of Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go through your catalog, but not yet though, because
Okay.
I want, you know what? Let's start with the catalog.
Okay.
You have a specific song that intrigues me,
Okay.
which is the Warning freestyle, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Y'all know who made Warning. If y'all don't, get off
You
this podcast. You know what I'm saying? But even the flow is very Yonkers.
know.
So New York is present throughout your whole creative in source.
Yeah.
Why did you pick Warning? And what was the job of that freestyle?
So Warning. So I actually did a whole mixtape project with nothing but Biggie records. It's an ode to Big. It's an ode to Brooklyn, and all the records on there is all Biggie records. So that's where that came from. One is one of my favorite Biggie records. And so I was just like, you know what? Yeah, let's do that one. So that's pretty much what that one was.
Nah, we gotta go deeper than that. Cause that's special right there. No, let's start from the top and go on to let's start from the bottom and work to the top.
Okay.
And I don't mean disrespect when I say bottom when I say this.
No, absolutely. You got
that hole that Biggie that when Biggie was taken, there was a hole in Brooklyn and in the hip hop culture as a whole.
Facts.
That's never going to close. That's a pain that's going to die when the people from that generation die.
Facts.
So keeping Biggie alive with your talent, not only is that an ode to Brooklyn, that's a testament to his greatness, and it shows that you want to connect to greatness yourself.
Facts.
How do you build your greatness without being lost in greatness due to the music that you chose?
By being my natural self. It's easy to take a record that somebody did and do what they did. To take a record that somebody did and try to make yourself sound like they sounded. But for me, anytime anybody that knows my music really knows that I do a lot of cover records and I love doing cover records, but I never do it exactly like the record. I always put my own, either the verses is different or the flows is different or something about the sound, you'll know, be like, oh yeah, that's different. You know what I mean? And it'll be like, who is that? So that's pretty much, for me, that's what it is. Like, I always be my authentic self in my records. A lot of people were like, you sound different. It's not all hip hop. It's not all R&B. It's kind of like a little bit of mix of this, a little bit of mix of that. And that's because I grew up with a little bit of mix of this, a little bit of mix of that in music and loving music, in my household. So that's where that come from. Can't hear you.
Shout out to Candace John. She gave you a shout out that says you're connected to culture, soul, and God.
Oh, yes.
So she wanted to give you that shout out.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Let's go to the next step of that. The Warning freestyle.
Yes.
The look is very retro.
Yes.
But the experience is very new age. How do you find your balance?
I like to mix that, because when you go to something that's retro is just so dope, heartfelt. So, you know what I mean? It's undeniable, but you also got to make sure that it's fresh and it's clean and it's new. So I try to balance it that way. I that's pretty much, I'm glad you picked up on that, because I do that in a lot of things that I do.
Oh yeah, Heritage Hip Hop. As you can see, we do not do the regular interviews. We try our best to dive deep into the soul of the artist. But the selling point of R&B music has always been either pain or sex appeal.
Right.
You balance that in that video too.
Right.
Because a lot of people, I don't know if people know this, but psychologically, when a man has his shirt off, it's either to reveal struggle pain, or sexuality. And
Right.
whenever you couple a woman with it, now it becomes sensationalized.
Right.
I want to ask you this. Why do you think, as a woman, why do you think, as a woman, when women do things, it heightens to the point where people pay either extra attention to either find something wrong with it or find something to love about it extremely?
That's a heavy and a deep conversation. And I think it may be too much for just our time right here. But that's because the woman is looked at as viewed, even if it's subconsciously, the woman is looked at at the lowest being on the totem pole. You know what I mean? And then it don't throw race in that, because it's like, whew, well, you under the jail. You know what I mean? So it's like it's always something to critique when it comes to a woman, especially a woman of color. It's like, oh well, she this or she that or she. But if somebody of a, another counterpart did that, it's like, oh, that's kind of dope. So that's just that's a heavy big conversation for another time. But it's because the society looks at women as so low, and it's kind of sad, and it's I believe it's like subconsciously, but it's absolutely there.
I'm glad you said that, because now we got to the point of the conversation of the interview where I call "Let's Build." Well, artist says something so intriguing, we got to stay on that topic just for a little while, and we're going to show the world their dopeness. Women are low on the totem pole. I'm glad you said that, because within the last 8 years, we heard the female voice take so much prominence that now the music genre has been given two different names.
Mm-hmm.
We've been given the queen era and the prostitute era of music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as a woman coming into this interesting industry, you walk into a stigma already.
Facts.
Talk about that and how you conquer that and don't let it beat you down while you express your art.
It's tough. It's tough because people, like you said, people ready to stigmatize you, people ready to label you, people ready to say, oh, oh, she's sexy, or she's showing her breasts, or she's showing her legs, or oh yeah, she a this, or she a that, or like she must not be talented because all she doing is selling sex, or if y'all really look into the artistry, then you will see that it's not just that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, again, something I said earlier on in the interview is that I try to be my authentic self. And my authentic self is, I'm definitely sexy. That's a natural thing. But I'm also silly. I'm also real. I'm also a human, and I try to sell the human side of it. We're not just, people want women to be classy. I'll use air quotes because it's like, what does classy mean, right? They want us to be classy and quiet and meek and mild. And yeah, that's cool, but that's one facet of being a woman, right? Like, it's so many facets to being a woman, to being a human in general. It's like, yeah, you get loud, yeah, you get ghetto, yeah, you get sad, yeah, you get meek, yeah, you get mad. And then you also could be classy and meek and mild and all of that, but it's not just one thing. And for me, it's about showing my whole self, my whole authentic self. And that's what it is for me.
You know what's sad about all of that, in my opinion? Great female artists are heard years later after the fact instead of at the moment. Like, I was just having a discussion with an artist and another person, and they asked me, like, yo, who you think, people have missed out on? And I said, Eve. Eve had a lot of storytelling in her rhymes. And people all know Love is Blind. We know that.
Yeah.
But even the fact that she had that as a single, when that's not even talked about as one of the most poignant and important story rhymes in hip hop, it's sad because we're missing the point. Why do you think the point of view of the woman is now getting looked at or listened to when it was always there from the beginning?
I think it is no choice. It comes a point where I think the time has come where women are standing on a square. I don't care what you think about it. This is what I gotta say, and I'm gonna say what I have to say. I think at a point in time, it was just like, well, women were so self-conscious. Like, man, if I say this, how people gonna look at me? Are people gonna accept me? Or people gonna think I'm a nasty woman? People gonna think I'm a whore? People gonna think you know what I'm saying? Women had so much to fear about what other people thought, and now I just think it's kind of like, I'm gonna stand on my square. I'm gonna be true to myself, and just because maybe I enjoy sex, or maybe I enjoy this, or maybe I enjoy that, that doesn't make me whatever you want to call me. you know. And I think more women are standing in their in their spaces saying, this is me, this is my authentic self, this is how I like to tell my story. If you like it, consume it. If you don't, that's cool too.
So let's consume that, because part of this conversation is about understanding. And one of the biggest misunderstandings we have in life is about what a man is and what a woman is. I'm not talking about pronouns and all that other stuff. Take that to another podcast. I'm talking about who we are in creation. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. And we are not opposite sex, because the oppose means to fight and struggle with no ends of reward. We are more complementary, because when we come together, we create God. We give the world our gift, which is the physical essence of what we did, right? When that aspect is lost, life is lost. The woman holds the responsibility of creating and nurturing the life and the reality that comes from it. What's the most nurturing thing you've been given that you give to the world by showing them your gift?
Man, just being able to experience love in general, right? Like, there's some people in the world who have never experienced love in their life, and as sad as that sounds, it's true. You know, and just to be able to experience love, whether it's from a parent, a family member, a friend, a lover, that's important. That's one of the main things that we need as human beings to survive. And so, just being blessed enough to have experienced love, I think that's key.
So let's get key on Falling in Love Again, another great song by this artist, because that actually goes into what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Falling in love is the gift of it's a gift of God that the world actually takes away from us, because people are so enticed by what is in front of their eyes that they turn off their soul and their hearts.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about falling in love, and how the heart, and how being heard, how being seen, and how being understood really came through that song.
Um, so falling in love is actually about somebody. I'm not gonna say who that person is, but that was actually about somebody at the time, not right now, but at the time. And it was just like, when you like in that in love phase and everything is blissful and everything is amazing, it just feels like you on a cloud. It just feels like unreal, you know. And you know, you say all the cheesy, corny "I love you" type of things, and you feel all the feels, you know. And that's pretty much where that record came from. It was just like, hey, I turned on the track, and I was like, let all the butterflies come out, you know. Just let all the little butterflies come out.
And that's the honesty that music is missing. Because, like I said, nowadays people, you got a woman that's pregnant twerking on stage, which is disgusting, in my opinion. Like that's not butterflies of honesty. That's stage bullshit. And it seems like a lot of things are being staged, but the purity of the joy of being an artist is being lost.
Hmm.
Here's my last question on the Let's Build segment, because as you see, we got into your catalog and you have good music.
Thank you.
You have really good music, to the point where I'm telling everybody, I bought her song. So
Yay.
so yeah, like for real. Like when you have somebody that's credible, you protect them at all costs,
Mm,
because you want them not only to live off of the talent that they share with you, but you also want that message to be shared.
mm,
One of the biggest crimes, and here's the question: one of the biggest crimes that I think people do is false testify and false witness. You
mm.
have people who can have a church on TV and make millions of dollars, but you can have a person who genuinely gives from their soul and they're cheated because we don't even pay them attention. My
Yep.
question to you is this: as an artist, as a woman as well,
Mhm.
how do people properly sow into you so they can experience the knowledge that you have, not just the gift that you give?
You know what? That's a very pointed question, and I don't know. Like, for me, it's about not just hearing the records, not just hearing the music, but actually listening to it. You know, And sometimes you just gotta listen to it. Listen to music, which not with your head, not with your ears, but with your heart, and let it lead you. Because music is felt. I mean, you hear it through your ears, but music is really felt. And if you could feel it, then it's for you. And I think that's important. A lot of times people hear music, but they don't listen to it.
I think she summed that up perfectly. Wow. Jesus. And with that, we'll be right back after this commercial break. Come right back.
Hey, Redman is in the building, of course. Jersey's finest, all about them bars, marijuana smoker. Hey, PSA announcement. I need everybody go support. That's right, support my fucking state, my city. Heritage Hip Hop, a New Jersey media source that celebrates New Jersey hip hop worldwide. Facts. And we are celebrating our legends right here, Jersey, baby. Please subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on social media. That is Heritage Hip Hop on social media. Jersey, you know I love you. Jersey, you know we got bars and we got music and we got legends all day. And if you believe in Jersey and you love Jersey like I do, support that Heritage Hip Hop on all social media platforms. This is Redman and I approve this message.
You up there with Redman. Check you out. What's up?
Check me out.
All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. We have Jay Elle Music in the building. And not only are we talking about love and womanhood, we're going to talk about what it means to be heard in your music as well. Because she has a lot of messages that will go over people's head because they're doing this. But there's some things that said that's really, really critical. Let's go to one song I enjoy the most, which had a visual that was just as impactful as the lyrics. Let's talk about "Let Me" remix with King 7, right?
Okay. Yep.
We do our homework, as y'all can see.
I see.
Yeah. So that story that you're telling is about commitment, the ride or die thing, but vision as well.
Yes.
We talked about the voice of a woman, right? It was always written that you want a woman that's right for you, that's meet for you, it says. And that rightness means someone who can see your vision and protect your vision so you could give her the world. Why do you think in today's music, we don't hear that message as much anymore? And salute to you for actually bringing that out.
I think it's twofold, honestly. I think before we heard a lot of love and music from men. It was a lot of love in music. Like, I die for my girl. I'm gonna cry for her. Like I just did a reel, and I was making a joke about it. But Casey said it's been an hour since you've been gone, and that's too long. So come back home. His girl broke up with him for an hour, and he was crying his life away. You get what I'm saying? It's like that's the stuff that we kind of missing. So now the music and the vibe from our guys kind of went from I love my girl, I adore her, I do anything for her, to I ain't no simp. And it's kind of like, well, you ain't no simp, then what the hell I'm a simp for? It's kind of like that. I feel like, and some of it too is like, not all of us are in that phase. Some of us are in the I got my heart broken, so forget all you guys. We in that phase. We in the I got my heart broken, I'm gonna focus on me. I'm in my healing stage. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things, but I think a lot of it comes from we lost the love and the music from our guys.
How about this? Let's offer an alternative view, and let's sum it all both together in the end. I saw an interview where one gentleman said that the reason why the music has changed is because most young people nowadays have not ever gone to church. And the ones that you have, you can actually hear it and how not only how they sing and their talent, but how they put their music out. And with church came a lot of stories about being right for your God and then yourself and then somebody else. So do you think we're missing the spirituality of love and understanding as well, not just people in their different points of life?
That for R&B music, blues, R&B, all of that stuff, all the music that come from Black people, the underlying thing is spirituality and spiritual music. So I believe that subconsciously, yes, that might be an aspect of it, for sure. For sure. I never thought about it that way, but absolutely, for sure. But I feel like as long as the people are tapping into their true self and tapping into their true soul, that some of that is still there, and it can live on for real.
That's kind of like what I really like about the song and the video for Let Me Remix, because the soul and the spirit is always having somebody's back. You know what I'm saying? And everybody who watches TV knows that all television now shows black men as drug dealers, or we shooting some shit up or something like that. And the actual twist to the video was that the drug was the music.
That's a fact.
I like that, because just like people get high to get away from the pain of reality, a lot of us turn to music to help us get through reality and the pain we go through.
Absolutely.
Go talk about it. I want to hear what you got to
say. Music has saved a lot of lives, including people that's close to me, including my own. Like, when it comes to you could go through some things and music could get you through. Like I said, music is the soundtrack of your life, not just for the good times, but for the bad times too. Music. So you hold on to that song that's just like, this got me through some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so music is powerful, maybe one of the most powerful things in the world, even.
But music also brings out your power.
That's a fact.
You're a superhero. You just don't have a cape on. You have a microphone in your hand. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I've learned about you that you portray, I didn't get a chance to get to know you yet, I'm hoping. But one thing I picked up on is music can make you feel sexy. Music can make you feel poignant. Music can make you feel like a leader, but music can also bring out your fun side. And in the Get Money video, you having fun.
Yeah.
You ain't just bugging out with it. Yeah. I love that. So why is it important to you? Why is it important as an artist not to lose that fun side when people try to make it a job and say, you got to put this out, you got to put that out? Why is that fun so important to you?
Because when you do music, at least for me, for most artists, it's your passion. They say when you find something that you love, you'll never work again in your life. Not that it's not hard. You don't put in a lot of effort, because absolutely, long days, early mornings, late nights, of course, you put in a lot of work, but it's not work because it's something you love. It's a passion. But when you lose the passion and the love for it, it just becomes work. And it's just, you might as well just go get a 9 to 5. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what it is. You can't lose the love and the fun and the passion for it. So.
But how can you lose the fun when you get to put on different types of hair, put on different types of clothes, put on different type of shades and everything, and you could be a new character in every single thing you do?
Yes.
How is that possible?
For me, it's not possible, and that's why I do it. People are like, man, you never look the same twice. I'll be like, thank you, appreciate that. So I try to always have fun with it. I always try to reinvent. Always try to, give something different, something that you haven't seen, maybe something that you haven't heard. I always try to deliver something fresh and new. Like, you don't want to eat the same bologna sandwich 5 days a week. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna give you a bologna sandwich, give you a turkey sandwich, maybe give you, some spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta just switch it up.
Shout out to spaghetti. Now, shout out to the romantic hood food that every man makes for the girl he loves, Alfredo with broccoli and chicken. Because like everybody, oh God, they're plating the hood. You know what I'm saying? I gotta ask you something. So you're influenced by the Lil' Kim aspect of entertainment?
Yes, absolutely.
Another Brooklynite, ladies and
gentlemen. Oh, you know it.
So, because I picked up on that, what you said, like you don't look the same in your videos, which is very touching. And as you mature in life, and I say get old, as you mature in life, I would love to see how you house that, because Lil' Kim, I liked it back when she looked like, she had a little kickball head. She was cute and everything, and she didn't get herself all, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lil' Kim. Much respect and love to the queen.
Shout out to Lil' Kim. I love you.
What I loved about Lil' Kim was, it wasn't about actually her sex appeal. It was her showmanship.
Yeah.
green
For sure.
hair, blue hair, red
Yes.
hair, yellow
Yes.
hair. Then she can
Yes.
have her black hair with something pink on with some pumps. And then you can
Yeah.
see her outside in jeans. And
Yeah.
I think that's lost today because everybody's going straight for the sex appeal and not
Yeah.
knowing that sexiness is in the building of your character as well.
That's a fact.
Now, the differences between the different videos I've seen is I seen you vintage black and white.
Mm-hmm.
I see you in the studio in character with blonde hair and shades. But I could also see you on the street holding a book bag, giving somebody something where you show that you're from the land and you represent that as well.
Fact. Yep.
The world is a stage and everybody plays the part. What's the most important part you believe you play in the world?
I believe I played a part of the messenger. It's a lot of messengers, but I believe I play my part as a messenger, and I bring my story, and my story absolutely will resonate with people, and I think that's important.
So let's go to what you're saying. So what you're saying to me now we know you play that part. Talk about this part and how you're inspiring the world with the part you play.
So for me, it's about we talked about women and having a voice now, and I think it's important that we are able to live our authentic selves. And for me, like the new single, right? People like, oh, you don't want no man. Like, what you mean? Like, listen, that don't mean that women don't need men. It don't mean that. It don't mean that I never want to be in a relationship. It doesn't mean none of those things. It just means that sometimes you go through a stage where maybe you've been in a relationship. Maybe you got drugged through the mud. You got lied to. You got cheated on. Whatever it is, y'all broke up. You ain't had nothing going on. And now I'm going to focus on me. I'm in my healing stage. And in my healing stage, I'm going to have fun. I'm still human. I still got needs, and I'm gonna have a little fun. So it's like just telling the authentic stories that maybe other people wouldn't tell from a certain perspective. So that's what my message is. Being able to embrace your authentic self.
I love the song,
Thank you.
but I love the attack the song has gotten as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because in today's society now, we have the new era of how not to love somebody, which is the modern man, modern woman, high value man, modern woman conversation.
Yeah.
Between me and you, I hate that conversation.
Me too.
Because that conversation shows just how dumb a lot of women are and just how dumb a lot of men are. Like with Kevin Samuels, people got on him because he gave reality to people who needed reality checks. To the men, it gave them, because people don't know he got on men too.
Mm-hmm.
It gave them the reality check that you're not as much as the shit as you think you are. So you really need to find what level you are in life. And to both of us, improve ourselves through expectations and reality checks. The No Man song to me represents somebody who may be taking charge of their life, but not shutting life down.
Facts.
And I think that's the message has been lost when it comes to our creativity, is that we don't have to be slaves to the music, but we can let the music display who we are at the moment.
That's a fact.
Why do you think? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I want you to build.
No. Music is a moment in time. Right now, even in the record, the lyric says, "We not catching feelings up in here. Save all that lovey-dovey for another couple years." So right now, I'm focused on me. But maybe next week, next month, I might be like, "Oh, I'm in love again, girl." Like, so it's not shutting it down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely, you hit it on that.
So then, why are we missing the moments in life? Why are we giving our moments away? Why are we letting the world dictate our lives instead of letting our lives dictate the world?
Yeah, I don't do that, so I don't know. But I mean, I can speculate. I think you know what it is. I think people are so caught up in what it looked like that they don't really live life to experience what it's supposed to feel like. You know what I'm saying? I think people are so focused on what it looked like when it comes to social media and being online, being on the web, and having all of these people easily look into your life and what your lifestyle looks like. I think people are so focused on making it look good instead of making it be good. I think that's a lot of it. It's not all of it, but I think that's a lot of it.
Well, to all y'all out there that shallow, she do both. It look
Yes.
good and it sound good. And y'all need to get up on that music. Because the most important thing, what I liked about you the most in your music?
What's that?
truth.
Thank you.
There's a lot of people who can sing, and you be like, yo, she ain't doing that shit. She reading from paper. You know what I'm saying? Like the same way, when people rhyme, you can tell when they're reading.
Yeah. Yep.
But when you express, that's why I called you a superhero. Because when you express, you have authority.
Yeah.
And I could tell by your product that it's not super, it don't look super bland or cheap or something. You put care into it. You nurture your product and you show the world your power within your product. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Don't take this no type of way. This is my truth, everybody. Look, this is my truth. Look, when I was a little boy, I always had this love affair for women who could sing.
Mm-hmm.
Because women who can sing when they're on, or women who rhyme when they're on stage, there's no other world but them, and you get to see what God will call the glory of a woman because you get to see her character come through on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, depending on what type of woman you like and what kind of show you going to, you're going to see what you're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
But what I always saw was undeniable glory because it was praise and expression through the gift God gave.
Mm-hmm.
So my one question off of that statement is this. Do you think you found your full glory, or are you still growing to be glorious?
I think we all are born with our full glory. And I think through our experiences, through our growth process, this is a growth process in your music, in your artistry, in your life, more of your gloriousness begins to be revealed to the world. And I think, I'm in that process of more and more of my gloriousness being revealed to the world. And so I've, hold on to your seats, because it's happening.
And there you go. See how a heritage hip hop interview works? We went all the way back full circle to God, glory, and not only that, expression and being heard. So with that being said, y'all, I think it's time to close this thing out. I think we did a good job. What you think? Good interview?
I loved it. I think we did a great job. Yes.
She gonna come back. Look, I love it. That's what's up. That's what's up. So here's my question though. We have 2 segments on the show, and I'm gonna let you choose. What would you like to do? Would you like to stand on your square, or would you like to do the rapid fire questions?
Oh, let's do rapid fire. It sounds fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the rapid fire questions. We do not ask yes, no questions. We ask questions designed to show you the intelligence of the artist based on who they are, our culture, and what they believe in. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, let's give you an easy question. What song or album from another artist perfectly describes you?
Oh man. Bad.
By which one?
Michael Jackson.
Oh my God, no. Speed Demon. Word. All right. All right, cool. All right. Michael Jackson, Bad. That's interesting. You're the first person ever said that. That's dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only one me. Okay.
What is the perfect beat or melody? Meaning if that person never had it, it would have been your first single and song.
Oh, it's a Mary J. Blige song, and I can't think of the name of it. It's Be Happy, Mary J. Blige.
Really?
Yes.
That's dope. Okay. Hip hop is a child of R&B.
Yes.
I believe hip hop fell off when we started blending hip hop and R&B. When people got these corny ass songs with people singing all goddamn day. I'm sorry, that's my anger. And people don't really sound authentic because it's just and all that. I don't want to hear that shit. But I believe when hip hop and R&B came together and we had the contrasted styles, that made both genres look so good.
Yep.
What's your favorite R&B and hip hop collab?
Oh man, Mary and Method Man.
Damn it, all I need, right? Everybody go back to that. Everybody goes back to that. But that's a classic song. So salute. Which one do you like the best? The Diddy remix?
Yes.
Everybody do, because that's the classic. Of course. No doubt. Okay, that's cool. If there was a person that you could do a song with in that genre, who would you do it with?
Hip hop?
Mm-hmm.
Who? From back in the day or right now?
It's your decision. Whoever you want.
Of course I gotta say Big. If I could bring it back, rest his soul.
We making the R. Kelly Biggie thing again. That's just or Total or something. That's what's up. That's dope. That's dope. One of the most she's appreciated now, I guess. One of the most underappreciated people when it comes to total artistry is Missy Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
And Missy Elliott is somebody who sing you into joy, rhyme you into joy, or give you a beat that brings joy out of you.
Facts.
What part of music gives you joy? The words, the music, or the performance?
All of it.
How so?
All of it, because they're different pieces. Like it's like a puzzle or a painting. You know, if you don't find joy in all of it, you miss it. You're not seeing the whole picture. So for me, it's all of it. You know, I listen to songs and there's little parts of the song that's like that most people will miss. It could be a part of the song that be like ooh, and most people they don't hear that. But I'd be like, yo, that sounds fire. Like, you know, I'll be like, my brother's a singer-songwriter too. I'll be like, yo, did you hear that? I'll be like, yo, I heard that. And it's like most people will be like, what the hell y'all talking about? But you know what I mean? It's like those little pieces, those little things. It's just like, yeah, it was fire, you know? So it's holistically, it's all of it.
Shout out to you. That's deep, you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, if you make beats, you can hear something like, yo, that's crazy. If you write, you can hear a line that change your life.
Yes, that's
you know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying? And that's the creative side of the spirit, what comes with music. Who's the most important singer in your life besides yourself?
Ooh, gotta be Whitney Houston.
Rest in peace to Whitney Houston.
Rest in peace to Whitney, man.
And how so?
Just hearing her voice, and because as a kid, I wasn't a great singer, right? But you know, as I got older and I started to hear, you know, Whitney songs, and my sister loved Whitney, and she used to play all her records, and I'd be like, oh wow, this is an amazing person, you know. And I tried to emulate that, and trying to emulate Whitney really helped me vocally, you know, to be a better singer. And so, hands down, it got to be Whitney.
That's dope that you said that, because the thing about Whitney Houston that people sleep on, her damn tones were amazing.
Amazing.
The tones are crazy.
I love the way Whitney slides into a falsetto and come right back out into a full voice. Man, I practiced that and I can do it now. I practiced that so hard. It's one of the things that I practice, you know. And it's like in my music and my songs, I don't really do a lot of singing. But in a live set, I like to do that, you know, certain little things and little techniques like that. So yeah.
I mean, just to give her a props one more time, how could you deny the voice for "And I Will Always Love You"?
Yes.
But sleep on how she could take you to the party with "I'm Every Woman" remake.
That's a fact.
Amazing. You know what I'm saying? And then understanding that, what is your range? Are you the party person? Are you the poignant person? Or are you all that and you're finding your way between the two?
All of it. All of that, from one extreme to the next and everything in between. And right now, again, like I said, music is about expression and it's about a point in life. And so right now I'm more in a have fun, party, you know, let's deal with our emotions in a certain type of way. Of course, love is still there. You know, you just because you're not in a relationship don't mean that love's not there. You know, you still got situations, still got a little whatever. So all of that, you know, and then as life progresses, more experience progresses, you move to another space and time. So yeah, definitely all of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told you this is a dope artist. You see what I'm saying? Listen to the answers of the questions. Let's finish off real good. I got about like 3 more questions, and then y'all gonna have to buy the music because we don't stream Heritage Hip Hop.
You have to.
Please buy the music. So let's go to the last 3. And one of the questions I want to ask you is very Brooklyn. I believe Brooklyn is the only place that represents hip hop with an identity, not an awareness of an identity. The Crooklyn Dodgers. I mean, come on, there's 3 of them, right? You have to make your Crooklyn Dodgers song. Who's the 3 people and who's doing the music?
Oh man. Yikes. That's I have to think about that. I don't know. I have to think about it. I gotta get back to you. When I come back, I have an answer for you. I promise.
Oh, you tapping out?
I'm tapping out.
Oh, we gotta tap out.
I promise.
Heritage Hip Hop wins again. Heritage Hip Hop wins again. There you go. But that's cool. But yeah, I want my answers. You're gonna have to give me a
I promise.
You're gonna have to give me a drop in a live or a drop or some posts for that because I need that question.
I got you. I
gotta tap out. Yeah, I gotta tap out. All right, let's go to the next two questions. We're gonna finish off real good because you still didn't stand on your square yet. We want the people to know who you are.
That's right. That's right.
So here's another question. That tap out really threw me off. I'm like, damn, I really got it to tap. Shit. What's the most important song you ever heard? And how did it change your life?
Man, see, I listen to a lot of old school 90s music. So I would say what I can't think of the name of the song. It's a Mariah Carey song. Why the hell I can't think of the name of the song? But anyway, it's the song. She's like, not more than 3 short years ago, I was abandoned and alone. That was my song at a point in time. I was like, make it happen. And for me, that was inspiration. Like, you got to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that was a very important song for me. Cause it's like, I told you before, I wasn't a great singer. But it was just like, it was something that I loved. I always loved music. I always wanted to sing and write and do all of those things. And it's just like, it's so many things that come to you. It'll be like, you're not good enough. You're not, your notes is off. You're not a great writer. You're not this, you're not that. But it's just like, when you believe in yourself, it says, when you believe in yourself enough and know what you want, you're going to make it happen. That was it for me. I said, you damn right. I'm going to make it happen. So,
Confidence.
Yeah.
That's why you a superhero. Like I said, confidence. Think about it. Superhero got to jump off a building and fly.
Yeah.
And most people are scared to come out their doors and walk across the street.
That's a fact.
That's confidence. And that's why whenever anybody was saying, I'll be like, I'll be just looking up to them like, yeah, they're the best things in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I don't want to ask the most important question. Let's do one more question because you talked about the song, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a critique if you don't mind.
Of course. Go ahead.
You remind me of that early 80s, late 70s sound.
Okay.
In your expression.
Okay.
Because in the 70s, people could still dance to the music because disco was prominent, right?
Yes.
But in the 80s,
man,
disco what? Talk about disco. What you know about disco?
Just fire. Listen, you dancing, you talk about you hear the lyrics and some of this stuff. They talk about cheating. They talk about getting freaky.
All that.
They talk about all that. Like,
yeah.
Man, but you never know because you listening to you get your groove on. You
right until you sing the song.
Until you listen to the lyrics, like, did they just say he got? So disco just fire music.
And the reason why I said that with you is because it's not about, like I said, it's your expression. It's not just about your sound, because your sound is not nothing like that. It's the expression. Because in the 70s and 80s, early 80s, no, let's go mid 80s.
Yeah.
You can have as her person, like in the 80s was more animatronic. It was the changing of the production. But if you listen to the expression, it was very earnest.
Yeah.
Honest.
Yeah.
And it was like, not desperate, but it was like you had to feel it because it was the truth, right?
The passion in it,
There you go, passionate. In the 70s, people made R&B songs about murder.
Yeah, right.
In the 80s,
and drugs.
in the 80s, people made songs about love and survival.
Yeah.
What's more important to you, to survive or to live, and why?
Of course, it's live. Because when you survive, all you doing just that. All you doing is surviving. You getting by. But when you live, every day is a full day. You know what I mean? You taking all the experiences, you taking everything that you can experience, and you making it your best day. Tomorrow is your best day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so you gotta. It's all about living. It's all about living. Surviving. That's a sad life to live if all you're doing is surviving.
And that takes us back to who she is as an artist, because unfortunately our people had to survive and use their traits to begin to live.
Yes.
And in a world that tells us we're not good enough, it's amazing how our survival makes the world better because we're still here and they
Yeah.
still try to force us not to live. So the
Yes.
hell with everybody out there holding us back. We got a great artist today. Jay Elle Music is here. If y'all know Jay Elle Music's kind of stands like means like Gem, Jem. You know what I
Yes. That's
mean?
right.
And can you want to say anything about the Gem acronym?
Yes. So Jim is JL Music, obviously. It's the letters for JL Music, but you know, the fans and people who are supporters, I call them my gems. You know what I mean? Y'all my gems. Like, like my little precious stones. And so, I use Jim a lot.
That was my cartoon back in the day. I like music. I like music, so
Yes,
that's what
yes,
it
yes.
was. So, all right, everybody. She got past rapid fire questions very well. Now it's time to stand on your square.
Okay.
This is where you talk your talk. Go ahead and
Okay.
tell the world who you are, why they need to buy that music besides me saying so, and let them know you really are the shit. It's on you.
All right, y'all. So as has been said, my name is Jay Elle Music. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm that modern voice for the women. And, I try to give my authentic self. I try to give y'all sounds that y'all haven't heard necessarily. I try to collaborate and make the music come together, whether it's pop, R&B, hip hop, just make it all come together. And it's something different, something to experience. We listen to a lot of the same type of music, the same style of music, but I think it's time for y'all to open up your ears and open up your hearts to listen to something that's a little bit different. And I guarantee y'all gonna hear the gems in it because I drop music from the heart that's authentic, that's experience based, and y'all go love it. I mean, and what else? I mean, he asked me what album describes me, and I said bad. So y'all gotta at least be intrigued by that. So, JL Music, catch me on my website, jlmusic.com. All my social media, if you search JL Music, you will definitely find me. And I'm telling you guys, my music is definitely a hidden gem, JEM. So make sure y'all check that out and support your girl.
I ain't got nothing else to say. Y'all heard everything right there. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It was an honor and a pleasure to get to interview you
Thank
because
you.
your spirit is infectious, and I wish you much success. If there's anything Heritage Hip Hop can do, I'm 100% behind you. I'll post your videos. I'll tell people to get your music
Thank you.
because one thing I could tell you, and people tell you too, if I don't like your music, I'm gonna tell you I don't like your shit. And I don't like everybody I ever interview. I really
Yeah,
don't.
I feel
But
you.
for somebody who I really respect, I'll fight for you to be heard and be seen.
Thank you so much. I
So
appreciate
I'm gonna be playing your song in my job.
Yeah, play that.
We're gonna do
Ooh,
that. You know what I'm saying?
ooh.
So before we get out of here, I have one final question. Before we ask that question, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you liked the interview today. I got
Yeah.
comments from viewers. Thank you for commenting. Please like and share this video because we want this artist not only to be seen, not only to be heard, but to be experienced. Because when
Yes,
you experience something, you take it with you. You
that's
know what I'm
right.
saying? It's not something
Yep.
that you just pass on. You know what I mean? So hit the like button, make sure you comment, share the video. And if you like what you see, you want Heritage Hip Hop to keep going, hey, donate. $
Yeah.
Heritage Hip Hop, the Cash App. And buy some merch. We on T Public. Get a Heritage Hip Hop shirt. Show the world your flavor by putting on something on nice. This is old, as you see, but I look good in it. I want you to look good at some Heritage Hip Hop as well. You know what I'm saying? Once again, JL Music, I would like to ask you one final question. This is the most important question of the first interview. So you're
Yes,
always welcome to come back.
absolutely. I still owe you a question, an answer to a question.
Yes,
So
you do.
I gotta come. I gotta come back.
Yeah. Um, 500 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
JL Music is going to be in the Library of Congress.
Mm,
You're going to be in the Music Hall of Fame.
mm,
They're going to mention you amongst the greats.
mm,
And your music is going to inspire 500 years from now.
mm-hmm.
People are still listening to Billie Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
People still listen to Etta James, Phyllis Hyman, Whitney Houston. People will still be listening to Beyonce, Alicia Keys,
Mm-hmm.
Snow Allegra,
Mm-hmm.
yada 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 yada. But
Yeah.
JL Music is the one people are going to say that's my favorite singer of all time.
Yes.
My most important question is, what is your legacy, being that you sung and you gave the world your gift?
My legacy is, I just spoke about it with that record, is that no matter what it looked like, no matter what it sound like, no matter what other people tell you you can't do, if you believe in your mind and you believe in yourself and you put in the work, It's nothing you can't do in this world. Nothing. Don't compare yourself to somebody else's story, somebody else's book, because your chapter 4 in your book might be different than somebody else's chapter 4 in their book. But if you believe and you do the right thing by yourself and the people around you and you do the work, there's nothing you could do. And that's going to be my legacy, because people try to put you in a box and say, well, you a woman, you can't do this. Well, you this, so you can't do that. Well, you're not that great of a singer, so you can't do this. If you believe it and you put in the work, you could do anything you want to do in this world. And I believe that's going to be my legacy.
So everybody out there, make sure you have belief in yourself.
That's a
Make
fact.
sure not only do you believe in yourself, you know yourself.
That's a fact.
One of the most important lessons I'm going to give to everyone on here, if someone tells you that they think you're beautiful or they think you're talented, leave that person alone. Because thoughts change, but beliefs are the patterns you live your life by. And life is a classroom without walls. So you're always going to learn. And one lesson in learning is to not only gain experience, but to use the wisdom from the experience that you gain. From this interview, I hope you gain the wisdom of knowing that beliefs not only can change your life, but it affects and changes the lives of those who you encounter. You don't have to physically be in somebody's presence to make their lives better. Sometimes you can sing a lyric and change their lives for the better as well. Once again, to the superhero over there on that side of the screen. So with that being said, this is Karev. Oh, no doubt, because you earned it. This is Karev, a Heritage Hip Hop, saying thank you for watching. Make sure you build with us again. And any final words? Anything?
Man, go check it out. JayelleMusic.com, Instagram, Twitter, X, all that. Jay Elle the boss. Check it out. Indulge. Don't just hear, but listen.
And with that being said, peace. And we out.